How's it going, everybody? It's Prod here, and today we're going to be looking over some new screenshots that were released for the second DLC of Dark Souls 3, The Ringed City. Now, these were released like a few hours ago. I apologize that I didn't get this video out faster. To be honest, I wasn't even planning on doing it, but then I was like, you know what, there are some pretty cool things here, so I thought I'd show you, at least those of you who, don't have Twitter and don't have Facebook and aren't able to see this. So, spoiler alert, that kind of goes without saying. It's nothing major though. There's not like any boss fight, at least I don't think there is. So let's go ahead and get started. The first image that you see here is just kind of simple. I'm thinking this is going to be the very first area that you get into once you enter the DLC, or maybe like a second area. This looks like a very early area. It's the same swamp that we saw in the trailer where we saw those weird little creatures running around, and I'll put that little clip there. Up next, we have another look at one of these very amazing looking enemies, man. These are some of the coolest enemies that I've seen throughout any of the Dark Souls series. If you cannot get that armor set up, I will literally kill somebody and their fucking just them. Just them. I would kill just them. But seriously, the armor setup is so damn cool. The leggings look a little bit like Wilhelm's leggings. The chest piece, holy shit, the chest piece looks cool. But either way, we're here to talk about the weapon as well and what they're called, but as you can see here, they're called Ringed Knights. From the description, it says a ringed knight who is one of the old knights. Okay, I'm guessing we'll learn more about that once the DLC comes out. The withered sword, which was sealed by the gods in the past, seems to have regained its past appearance. So this is probably going to be one of the new weapons. It seems to be engulfed in flames. Looks fucking awesome. Probably going to be some type of greatsword, or perhaps an ultra greatsword, which, to be honest, I think I would prefer. In the first DLC we got the Onyx blade, so it would only be fair that we get some badass ultra greatsword now. But what I'm thinking is it may be too similar to the profane greatsword, although this time around it's going to be engulfed in flames all the time. At least I hope so. Now, I also think that people like Vaati were invited to go play the Ringed City a couple of weeks back. They uploaded some videos where they showcased what I think was the first 30 minutes or the first hour of the Ringed City. Now, I didn't get to watch it personally. Now, I did skim through it just because, I got to get a little bit of my fix in there. And I did see some of these knights, and they were swinging away like crazy. Like, they reminded me of Dark Wraiths, and they kind of have that similar look as well. So I'm guessing these are going to be really aggressive enemies and pretty difficult enemies as well. At least I do hope so, because they definitely look the part. Up next, we have this pretty interesting little weapon. Now, I don't believe it's, your regular little spear sword. I'm pretty sure that this is a staff. I'm like 90% sure. But it's such a weird design, man. As you can see from the description, it says, an ancient weapon with demented, tangled remains. The Mad King still lives inside, and when the king awakens, it emits the power to protect the master. Though the king could be whimsical. I don't even know what the fuck that ending is supposed to mean. Maybe it has some type of negative status effect while also affecting you in a positive way. Maybe it gives you something like deep protection with its special attributes for a weapon art, while also doing something negative. I'm not sure what that could be. But the look of it is pretty amazing. I don't really have anything to say about this thing so far. It doesn't really seem to be affecting the enemy that's in front of him, which does seem to be a Lothric Knight, but it definitely looks really cool. Whenever you use what I'm guessing is going to be the weapon art, the eyes light up and it looks fucking awesome. I'm also guessing that it's going to move, like it has arms, and it doesn't look like those are its natural positions. So I'm guessing, it says it's going to come to life, use the weapon art, it kind of does a fucking little dance or some shit. And then it'll engulf you in this, purple aura, purple flame, which may or may not be deep protection. But I guess we'll have to wait and see until we get more footage or more screenshots for the DLC. Up next, we have this awesome showcase of fire. Now, I believe what you see here is not only a curved sword, but it is also a pyromancy catalyst. Now that sounds fucking awesome, and I hope that is what it actually is, because I'm kind of confused, and I'll read you guys the description and exactly what it says. The Chaos Fire itself is a curved sword as it transforms into a sword shape. It could be a weapon to be used as a sword or simultaneously as pyromancy. And that's where it gets a little bit confusing. Is this going to be, because from the looks of it, it does seem to be a curved sword shaped weapon, but it doesn't seem to have like a blade. By the looks of it, it's most likely just going to be just pure chaos fire in the shape of a curved sword, and it can either be used as a weapon itself or as a pyromancy catalyst, which that sounds really freaking cool. I really hope that's what it is. The character seems to be doing some type of 360 spin move. Maybe this is the weapon art. But at the moment, this is the most interesting weapon that we have from all the new screenshots. If it's a pyromancy glove and a curved sword at the same time, it could be amazing. But then I also wouldn't get my hopes up. Just look at what they did to the Destructo Disc in the first DLC, and then you'll kind of realize, oh, they might make it awful. Good or bad though, I'm definitely looking forward to actually using this thing. And it'll be pretty awesome for pyromancers to have something that's not a glove. Now that's all we got for new weapons that they showcased in these screenshots. Maybe they might have more in the future, but for now we'll look at some of the other screenshots, and I'm not going to put all of them, just these last two. The rest of the pictures are in the description if you want to check those out yourselves, but what we have here is one of the giants, and I'm guessing this is going to be the first cutscene for a boss fight. The giant yells out, "Hearken to the call that summons thee." Talks like a complete douche. But as you can see from the description, it says, a gray giant who appears to wear the old Judicator clothes. Raising its hands up in the air, the giant is shouting towards the ceiling. Seems it's calling someone far up in the sky. That sounds pretty terrifying, just calling some mythical creature up in the sky. Now, they might have showcased something about this creature that it's calling in some of the footage that, like I said earlier, people like Vaati uploaded. I think they even had like maybe the first boss fight or something like that. These are some of the smarter looking giants that we have gotten some, concept art of, and they look really cool. But there's not really much to say. I'm very interested to see what the hell it's calling and what it's going to be about, because I'm thinking that is going to be, the start and the first cutscene for a boss fight. And possibly, maybe even have something to do with the next image, which, to be honest, I don't think they're connected though. Now here we have something interesting when it comes to the enemies. This crazy looking dragon. Now, like I said, I don't know if these last two things are connected. They possibly are, but this thing looks amazing. Maybe a boss fight, maybe a minor enemy, or kind of a major enemy that you run into, just, kind of like a mini boss. From the description it says, a dragon that breathes fire. As it sinks into the darkness, black crystals that appear on its body fly into the air. At last, the dragon may be consumed by the darkness. Now that's just really interesting, but like I said, I do think that from that description, it's not going to be some type of boss fight. I'm guessing we're going to be somewhere down in a cave. It looks like some type of cave, some cavern. And we're going to run into this crazy bastard here, and maybe he'll be one of those minor enemies. You kind of run into him, you beat him up, and then he runs away and he comes back later and is an actual boss fight. But just being like a mini boss, I think, seems more likely. The black crystals that are all over its body are flying all around him, and it does kind of look like the aura that surrounds you in that previous screenshot that I showed you with the staff. I really doubt it's related, it's just something I thought I'd point out, but this enemy looks really cool. Possibly a boss fight, but either way, I'm guessing we'll see more about this once the DLC comes out. But that is going to be it for this screenshot, guys. I think there's one left, but there's no real point in showing you. It's just you talking to the NPC. I believe his name is Rap. It's the guy who lost his memory, but you could see that screenshot and the rest of the screenshots that they have released before for the Ringed City on Facebook. That's where they pretty much have them all. Now, they did previously show some weapon screenshots on there. They showed a couple of shields, but maybe I'll talk about that in the future. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video with the newer screenshots that they just released today. We're not that far off now, man. We're only about 20 days away. It comes out on the 28th. Maybe if we're lucky on the Xbox One again, they'll have some crazy fluke and they'll release it early. But, to be honest, I don't really want that to happen. I mean, it would be great for me, but it would suck for a lot of people. But thank you for watching the video. If you're excited for anything of these screenshots that I showed here in the video, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, like is really appreciated. But thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.